I'd like to thank everyone who follows and supports my channel. I now have 700 subscribers. There should be a contest coming up soon, so stay tuned. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe, and thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed the finds video. It was a great year. Okay, I'll start with these relics. These relics are the best finds that I mainly have had this year of 2014. Let me show you what I got. There's a lead horse. There's an arrowhead right there. I think this is called a bird point. Is what it's mainly called. There's a Civil War bullet. There's a clock gear right there. There's a pocket knife with my grandma's initials on it. There's two Civil War bullets right there, mini balls. There's a Civil War musket ball that's been flattened out. And then this is a carved piece of lead. The soldier folded it over and just threw it off, so it's very cool. Old iron buckle. This is colonial. I'm not sure what it is, but I found it in a creek as I was just fanning away in the rocks, just to look for stuff. Here's a harmonica reed. This is an old pocket knife. Very cool find there. Here's an old military button. And this button is a Waterbury button. And it's a general service for World War II. Because you see the green on the back, that means it's a general service, which is very cool. Here's a Specto Maggiorino button off of a blazer. Here's a police uniform badge button. Just a button, sorry. Waterbury. Here's a piece off of an arrowhead, like a chip. Here, this is a part of a point. It's the tip of one, but it broke off. I wish the rest of the point could have still been there. There's an old lantern part. It's an old marble I got. I got my first marble this year, which is very cool. There's an old buckle there. Most of an arrowhead right there. The tip's missing and then part of that side's missing, but it's mostly all there. There's an old iron buckle right there. There's an old, I don't know if that's a deer or what, but some type of decoration. There's a horseshoe. I've got, I think this is off of a window. Here's an old buckle, probably late 1800s. And you can see, I think they took a nail and they folded it around the buckle. So that's a very cool find. Here's a Newark, New Jersey suspender clip. Here's a makeup compact, buckle, Civil War bullets, more of them. That one's really nice. Suspender clip. Here's an old bottle. It's an ink bottle. Nugget Noggin found one in his last video. Here's an old spoon. I believe it has a back mark. Revelations. Here's a couple of old wheat pennies. These are not my real coins, but here is a sterling pendant, and this is interesting because the owner of this pendant was the wife of a general in World War II. That's their anniversary date right there when he gave it to her, which is very cool, and that's her initials. Very cool piece of history there. Here's an old brooch. Wheat pennies. Here's my favorite arrowhead. It's full. It's complete. All there. And it's a green. It's just a stellar point. And then right here, this is I didn't know what this was, but I did a little research on it, and it's an 1840s pattern U.S. cross belt plate. You can see right here where the nails would have gone on either side to hold it in, but that's Civil War, so that'll be my second Civil War buckle, I guess. So it's very cool. So there are all the finds in that display case. I'm not going to show most of these because I think most of y'all know what they are. But these are from my cruise. This is from my cruise detecting trip. I found all these foreign coins at the beaches. Just various like 50-cent pieces and dollar coins and different things like that. But I keep it all in a big jar and hang it on my wall. So it's pretty cool. But I got Barbados quarters, miscellaneous stuff. Most of the coins though are made out of really cheap metal. So, but yeah, those are the foreign coins there. Here's my jewelry this year. Ended up with a lot of cool stuff, including a class ring. This is from, I think, North Springs High School in Georgia. It's a very cool ring there. Miscellaneous junk rings in here, but this is silver. This is a Cub Scout, USA Cub Scout ring from the 1940s, silver ring. It's got the Mark Sterling in there, so that was very cool. Here's a James Avery ring with the ruby. Here's another sterling ring that I found. Some drama rings, fake rings. And then here's all my other very good finds. I keep them in a little treasure chest. But there's a little tiny chain in there that's silver. And this chain went along with this tie clasp. Here's a gold bracelet. Found that on my cruise ship. It's a 14 karat. Here's a silver earring. Here's a 10 karat, my first ever gold piece I found this year. 10 karat, and it's got diamonds. Here's a little cross pendant. Here's a little heart pendant that I found. And then my sterling earring, which is pretty cool. So that's all my jewelry. Let's move on to the next. Here's some of the other relics I found. Right here is an old snuff box. It says Scout on it. There's some old lantern parts. There's an old piece off of a gun. An old gold-plated tie pin. Some buckles. There's my first ever flat button, which is very cool. And there's a badge and another button. But here are some bottles that I found. Let me show this one. This is a Cuba bottle. And it's very old. I found that in the ocean, which was very cool. Some other bottles there, like just Clorox. I like this bottle though. This is a cobalt blue bottle, which is very cool. Enjoy that. There's some arrowhead pieces. Like right here, I've got some arrowhead bits in a jar that I keep, which is pretty cool. Here are all some of my Wheaties that I didn't keep in the flips. Here's a Civil War mini ball that has hit something or been melted. I think it's been melted. Which is very cool. Here are my keys. I'm not really going to go through all of them. I just dropped one too. But there's a coffee can full of keys, mostly from the 60s. Found a lot of keys this year. I think this is an atlatl off of a, for an Indian, because look, it's got a hole drilled through the middle. And I think that could be used as that. So that's pretty cool. There's another old key. Some miscellaneous like letter openers, Tootsie Toys, musket balls, tint, grommet. There's a old toy jet, camp lead, just various things. And right up here too, I've got some of my bottles that I found this year, which is very cool. So I really like that. And then I'll show real quick this, my breastplate, which I found on the 31st, but I'm going to count it as this year's find. I won it for Find of the Year 2014. I won an 1881 Morgan dollar for my breastplate. And I got published in American Digger magazine. There I am right there. Young Digger tells of his best find. That's me, so go check that out if you can. But there's my breastplate. And then here are some coins that didn't really go through the coin star. Just been left like that. They were just all crusted up and couldn't go through. Alright, so here are my silvers. My first silver for this year of 2014 was a 1961 Rosie. My second was a 1954 Washington. My third there was a 1942 silver Merc. My fourth, no, silver number 5 was a 1945 Merc. Silver number 4 was a I think that's 41. Silver number 6 was a 1940 quarter. Silver number 7 was my Standing Liberty quarter, which I have on my necklace. I'll take it off in a second. Silver number 11 in total, 8 for the year, was this Rosie dime. And then I got another Rosie dime. Then another Rosie dime. Another Rosie dime. Then I got a Merc. 1943. 1939. And then I got another Merc, which is from the 1920s. I can't tell though. So those are all my silvers. Ended up with 15 for this year. Or 16 for this year, sorry. That was my personal record so far, but can't seem to find that much silver, but when it comes, it's a very big surprise to me. So that was really good for this year, and I'm happy with that. Here's the Standing Liberty quarter I wear. It's on a chain that I wear, but here it is. Let me get some light into it. It's a 1927, and look how good condition it is, guys. United States of America. It's the real deal right there. No, actually this hole was like 10 inches deep. And I was barely getting the signal. I almost didn't dig it, so I'm glad I did. It's almost a $200 coin right there. I'm very excited about that. Here are some of my tokens this year. Georgia Power. Y'all can read them. I'll just go along. Alcoholics Anonymous. That's really old. From Barbados. That was pretty cool. And then this is my best token. It's the all-seeing eye. If you saw my metal detecting Tennessee video, you'll see that in there, which is very cool. So yeah, those are all my tokens. Got 2 Indians this year. One is a 1905, if y'all can see that. And the other is a 1901, so almost made the 1800s. Then I got a bicentennial quarter. Got some nice wheat pennies and dollar coins. This one right here, the 1909, that's a very, very, very big key date. So that could be worth a lot of money if it is a VDB. I haven't really checked. Some other old Wheaties, 1930s. There's a 1915. But yeah, there's my first wheat ever. And coin found detecting. My first coin was a wheat penny, which is pretty cool, ever. Here are my toy cars I found detecting. There's a little sand scraper. There's a couple of toy cars there. I found a really old one, which is a 1973 Matchbox Hot Wheel, which is pretty cool. There's a couple there. This one's a pretty rare one because it's got the actual person inside of it. Most of the times you don't really find them with the people in them. Couple of tractors, various Tootsie Toys, and things like that. There's a really cool Model T Ford, which is very, very cool. So there are my toy cars for this year. Some of my colonial pottery pieces that I found. Pieces off brick. There's another piece of pottery there. Various different pieces. I've also got a bottle top too, which is colonial, which is very cool. Don't find those every day, that's for sure. Alright, here's case number 2. I got a couple of finds here. Here's an old lock plate, an old radiator cap, car parts. Here's another car. I need to put that with my toy cars. There's an old horse bridle buckle. Here's an old agricultural hoe, which is pretty cool. Lipstick tube. Couple of toy cars, and here's a train, which is pretty neat. There's another toy cars here, and there's an old hinge off of a chest. There's an old railroad spike. That's pretty cool. There's an old spoon. Just various relics right there. So there's case number 2. Here is tray number 1 out of the 2 trays that I've found detecting this year. Tray 1 has my pocket knife, a couple of toe taps. Here's a key. Lots of old relics. Here's a Cub Scout handkerchief. Treasure Jack, you remember that. There's an old marble, lead marble. That's what they said in Barbados. They used to play with those, which is pretty cool. Couple old nickels. Here's an old Atari Touch Me game console, which is pretty cool. Old copper chain. It's even got a mark on it. And it's solid copper. Couple of tags off things, fishing sinkers and plows, pieces off plows, things like that. So there's case number 1. And we also can't forget the countless wheat pennies I've dug. I'm not placing them in slips anymore because I find a ton of them now. But there's all the ones that I do have in slips. And I wrote on every single one. Imagine how long that took. Those are from the 50s though. Pretty cool. Alright guys, thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, thank you for following me on my channel. I hope to have a contest up soon for my 700 subscribers. Thank you so much for bearing with me, y'all. Last year I did a year wrap-up. I had 68 subscribers, so we've came a far way from that since then, so thank you all so much. Good luck and happy hunting. All this was found with the Minelab X-Terra 705 metal detector. And some like barely were found with the Whites MXT. So thank y'all for watching. Good luck and happy hunting.